Hey guys, so this one's definitely a ranting and goddamn raving, and I mean, this woman, the words that came out of her mouth just pissed me off. I'm talking about loose women, and I'm talking about this individual, Carol, I believe her name is, Carol? They were talking about a topic of should sex addiction be treated on the NHS? So I don't know if that's you get counselling, you get medication, I don't know how that would work, but should it be treated on the NHS? And this woman, this lovely lady Carol, said, I'm going to paraphrase and kind of shorten what she said because it was just nonsense as far as I'm concerned, that how they just shouldn't do it. Yeah, they shouldn't do it. They should keep it in their pants, you know. And those two phrases there, I don't see being constructive, right? I don't see it, I see it being quite rude, in fact. There's a van. I see it being quite rude, in fact, and not sympathetic in one bit. Now, here's the thing. First and foremost, let me explain that I am not talking about individuals who use sex addiction as an excuse to get out of a sticky situation when they get caught cheating. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about people using that label, sex addiction, as an excuse. I'm talking about people who genuinely has an addiction to sex. Genuinely, they are not in control. They are not in control of what they're doing. Yeah, don't know what that is. So now let me put it in a different way, right? And then I'll use this woman's words in this scenario. An individual who's suffering from depression. Oh, just don't be sad. Is that constructive? Just don't be sad. Is that constructive? Because at the end of the day, people look at sex addiction as a joke. You know, oh yeah, well, how can you be a sex addiction? Just don't fuck. Just don't keep it in your pants. The same could be said about depression, which is a very big mental health issue that affects a lot of people without them even knowing, in fact. However, if you were to say just don't be sad, you know, just be happy, you know. Those two things constructive, will that actually help that individual? No. And what I found actually quite rude, I don't know, there's a different word I want to use there, but it was very, very rude because she was actually sat next to a woman who herself, and she was getting quite emotional about it, herself is suffering from a food addiction, which is a different kind of addiction. And she was talking about weight management. Food addiction is a very serious thing. There are people who can be addicted to food. That is a very serious thing, and you know. However, would someone that's suffering from food addiction, would it be constructive for you to say, just don't eat? Just don't eat that, you know. Oh, you know what you should be doing, just don't do it. Is that constructive? No, it's not. So, this woman's words was moronic, in my opinion. And yes, that sounds like a personal attack, but at the end of the day, she wasn't right for what she said. And the fact that she got applauded for what she said was incredible. You know, I couldn't believe it. Should sex addiction be treated on the NHS? Yes, I think it should be treated on the NHS. I think more help should be given to anyone who has any kind of mental illness. Any kind. Sex addiction, food addiction, depression, anxiety, all these kind of things. Again, anxiety is another one. Oh, just go out, you know. Oh, just don't be anxious about that. Oh, just don't worry about it, whatever. It's not constructive. So, it really pissed me off. And I'm being quite reserved in the words that I'm using right now. But end of the day, Carol, if by some weird reason you might stumble upon this video, I felt like you weren't actually sympathetic to those individuals who might actually be suffering. And I mean suffering. I'm not talking about people who use it as an excuse, because those people are just fucked up, basically. So, there we go, guys. Ranting and goddamn raving. I believe sex addiction should be treated on the NHS. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Do you agree with my words? Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you been, are you addicted to sex? Are you addicted to anything else? Let me know. And I will see you in the next one.